based podcast.
We are back again, the most based podcast. I like your shirt there.
Dude, Bugsnax, bro. Best
Bugsnax?
video game ever. Have you played it?
No, I haven't.
Dude, it's honestly like, it's so you remember playing Pokemon Snap?
Yeah, I don't
Were you
think I
ever into
actually ever
that
played.
game?
I never played Pokemon Snap.
Dude, it was so fresh, but it was like, I remember when like the Wii U came out and all these other consoles are like, we need an updated version where you can like run
Mm.
around and take pictures. This is literally like Pokemon Snap on crack, bro.
Oh,
It's
let's
so
go.
fresh, dude. I
Hell
think I
yeah.
have a oh yeah. For my birthday, Daph got me the shirt and then also the
Oh,
Bunger Burger
what?
Bug. He's very
That
cute.
that's awesome. I
Very
like his
cute.
googly eyes. Yeah, that's
Oh yeah.
sick.
He's excellent. Excellent.
Dude, hell yeah, man. I gotta play that game.
It's so fresh. Dude, you're stupid. It's not stupid. It's very handsome. But the one curly Q in the middle
Oh,
of your head keeps bouncing and it makes me think about that stupid you've seen Kung Pao, right?
yeah, I have.
That part where the woman has like the curly cues and he's like, I can't focus, your stupid curly cues or whatever. But oh my god.
That movie's banger mode.
Banger mode. I'm
That's a
so mad they
classic.
never made a sequel, bro. I know
It
they
doesn't need
teased
one.
it, but I was like,
I
it
know.
does. It
It's
does
so
need a
funny.
sequel.
If you and I are in a position where we're making movies, we'll pitch that one.
Kung
That'd
Pao
be good.
2. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I always thought it would be funny to do to buy the rights to a movie and make a sequel that just has like nothing, not like an American Psycho 2 type thing where it has nothing to do with the original, but like has absolutely nothing to do with the original. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I feel like that would be so dope.
Dude, I know I've asked you this, but you haven't seen the movie Troll 2, have you? The one that's like
Yeah,
they're
of
eating
course,
her and they're
bro.
gonna eat me. You've seen that one,
Oh
right?
my god.
Dude,
Yeah.
I owned that
Niblog
one.
is
New
goblin
blog,
spelled
yeah, dude.
backwards.
I got it on the sales rack at a DVD. Like, so I just got the DVD. I had it on hand, and dude, I have probably seen that movie like no less than like 30 to 50 times. Like I have seen it so many because I was showing it to all my friends. God only knows where that DVD is now because that was years ago. I was still like in high school at the time, but um banger mode of a movie. And then they made a really fucking good, like a legit good movie that's a documentary about the making of that
Yes.
movie.
Yeah,
Have you
yeah.
seen that one?
Yeah, yeah.
And it's actually the guy who made the movie is the kid
The kid,
in
yeah.
the original movie. And they're interviewing like a bunch of the director and a bunch of the actors that were in the movie and as they're interviewing them, you just realize it's like nobody knew what the fuck they were doing. Like top to bottom, nobody knew. And then it just became this like cult
Cultural
classic. Yeah, like
phenomena.
it's so crazy. Yeah, great
Dude, I
movie.
remember in Saudi it came on late one night when I was like staying up to watch movies.
Hmm.
And like looking back now, it's so stupid because like the goblin costumes are ass.
No,
It's literally
horrific.
like people wearing potato sacks with like stupid masks on. But I remember as a kid being like, "This is the scariest thing I have
Yeah.
seen in my
Oh,
life."
really? Yeah, dude.
Yeah, because there's a part where like he comes home after they think they've defeated the goblins,
Uh-huh.
and like a baseball or something rolls down the stairs. It's like, "Mommy and Daddy tasted so good," and I
Oh,
was like,
yeah.
it's like
Yeah,
freaking out.
there is some of that shit in concept that actually could have been scary, but oh, you know what? You want to know one of the behind the scenes reasons why the movie sucked? The guy who directed the movie was some wealthy Italian guy, and he didn't speak any English. So he like, or very minimal English. So he wrote the script with a buddy of his that was like, yeah, I speak a little English. I speak a little English. Let's just do it together. And so that's why a lot of the dialogue is like, what? Like most of it makes no sense. I
Dude,
think
of course
actually,
it was an Italian, bro.
of course it was.
Of
Dude, this guy
course.
and they interview him in that documentary movie and he looks exactly like what you're picturing. Like he looks exactly like what you'd expect, but just this chubby, sweaty guy like way out of his element. But I think that movie is people cite The Room as like the best worst movie. Like that one is has really
Trolls 2 is
become.
way better, bro.
I think Troll
Trolls 2
2
is
is
way
the
better.
best bad movie. Like I think it's better. It's more fun. It's just like The Room, if you actually sit and watch it, it's a truly bad movie, but a lot of it is because it's way overly long and there's like literally 12 sex scenes in the movie. So as you're
Yeah.
watching it, you're just like, holy shit, this movie really sucks. Like it's bad, but there's a lot of it that's just dull, like really
And
bad
not like
writing
fun
and
bad. Yeah,
not fun. Yeah.
100%, dude. Yeah, that's
Troll
that's the
2,
reason I never liked
I'm not crazy
The
about The
Room.
Room. I mean, it's
Yeah.
still obviously like you could just go to YouTube and watch The Room funny moments and laugh your ass off because there's a lot of great moments, but
Dude, you could come to my house in back home and see my cousin who has mental retardation and get the
the
same.
same experience.
Literally, it's literally
But
just like watching a stupid Ukrainian guy be like,
yeah,
"You're tearing me apart, Lisa."
literally. But like Troll 2, they really put so much into the movie and
Heart and soul, baby.
like it was so bad, but they also tried really hard, and that's why it's awesome. Like it's
There's the
so
tagline,
fun.
bro. You and me are making Troll 3, and it's called Trolls 3 Heart and Troll.
Oh,
It's
oh,
based. Oh,
based,
can I get a
based,
based from the audience?
based. And what's also the reason I thought of it in the first place is because nobody asks the question, but uh, if you look it up, Troll 1 is a completely unrelated movie. Like there was a Troll 1 which was also some shitty like D movie that nobody saw or cared about, and for some reason Troll 2 was attached to the first one, but there's no mentions even of trolls in Troll 2. They're
Right.
all
They're
goblins.
goblins,
Like it's
yeah.
not they're completely unrelated movies. The characters are different, the story is different.
That's
Like
how we'll do 3. It won't even be trolls or goblins. It'll be
just
Filipinos.
yeah,
That's those are like the this little swag monsters that they have
that's
to defeat.
good.
Dude,
They
speaking of
go
dumb
ahead.
Italians, I just have to mention it because I know I'm gonna forget. But this account popped up on my Twitter. I was just dying, but they were so butthurt that people were making jokes about Italian people and also like Greeks and shit. And it's like these are white races. Like we should not be making fun of them. And then
Uh,
I was just curious. I like scrolled through their profile and like 10 tweets below, it's like George Floyd is a monkey. George Floyd is a monkey. And I'm like, dude, you are
what?
how you're such a soft.
Dude,
Okay, I have
I'm
to use
just
that word that you get offended about a little Italian joke, but you're willing to be like, fried chicken eating, menthol smoking monkey. It's like, dude,
dude,
you're a
dude.
pussy, dude. Like,
I'm just
oh,
so I'm so done with all the fucking I mean, I've been saying this, but and I'll still keep coming back for more, but it's like we were talking about this on the phone today. It's just like it truly feels like less than 1% of the world population actually are like normal, well-meaning people who are able to think critically and have like an IQ in triple digits. Like, you know what I mean? Like
yeah.
it's really crazy to scroll through Twitter and just be like the craziest part about Twitter, and you really don't see this so much in real life. Every once in a while you meet people like this in real life, but you see it every day, every minute on Twitter. There is an idiot that completely out of their element, has no idea what they're talking about, but saying things like they're facts and that they're and like they know,
Yeah.
like they're experts on the subject. And there's
Which I
nothing.
do literally every time on the podcast about multiple topics. So,
Yes,
yeah.
well, yes. Like I mean, everybody has that. Like I think a little bit where you might just be, you're. Do you want? Did you have you ever heard this before? That like, do you know what the difference is between bullshit and lying? This is like an actual thing. Have you ever heard
Bullshit,
of
you
that?
believe it?
Bullshit is that you don't know if what you're saying is true or false.
Oh,
Lying is you're intentionally deceiving somebody that you know what you're like. I'm like, oh, there's gin in this mug, but there's not. There's fucking Earl Grey tea. That's a lie. But if
based.
I was like, but if we were talking about like, you know, The Room and I had never seen it and I was like, that movie's really pandering, but I'd never seen it and I don't know anything about it, that's bullshitting. That's
Yeah.
like I'm not lying because I don't know. It might be true, it might not be true. But that's what it makes me think of. Just like so many bullshitters on Twitter. Like it's not even people being intentionally deceptive. They might even believe what they're saying is true, but they just have no idea what they're talking about. It's just
I'm convinced
an
you and
epidemic.
me, and then the Cold Cuts listeners, the
Uh-huh.
only people who really get it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The high IQ individuals.
Yeah. I totally get it. You know what that also makes me think? Sorry, another tangent.
Hit me, baby.
We need a name for the Cold Cuts Nation.
Mhm.
Like I think it would strengthen our community if we had something that was like Beliebers or fucking, you know what I mean? Like I think there needs to be
Logan
a name
Paulers.
for, yeah, there
I was
should be
gonna
a
do that
name.
for the. I think I did a poll one time for people who liked YOLO swag. I think they all settled on Dirty Dogs, but
That's good. Dirty Dogs.
I like the idea of Yo Logan Paulers as the YOLO fans, just kind of
That's good. I like
biting
that
into the
too.
Logan Paul verse. But
I was thinking, but maybe this is like too on the nose, or maybe it's not welcoming to a wide enough audience. But I was thinking cold cunts, but maybe that's
Cold
just,
Cunts is good.
is
Those
that
are the
good?
female fans, and the male fans, meatheads.
Oh,
I like
that's
that. Yeah,
good.
cold cunts
What's
or
up,
meathead.
meatheads and
Vote
cold
now
cunts?
below, okay? Type in
Vote.
either cold cunts or meatheads, or
Yeah,
type
those are
in
good.
Osama bin Laden if you don't have a choice, or if you don't have a
Yeah,
strong opinion. Yeah,
that's
we'll go
good.
off
Yeah,
of
I think
that.
we're gonna get a
Yeah,
lot of that. We're gonna get a lot of Osama bin Laden.
based.
Oh, dude, our separate subject, but I know you know about this, but I have exchanged precisely one message with the mods of 196, R196.
I
Do you know?
can't believe I have to say this after we both
Years.
come out as anti-Reddit. We don't
Absolutely.
approve of Reddit, but
No.
I will be giving the Cold Cuts official based label to
Yes.
196 apart. It's just 196 or it's
It's just
Apartment of Awesome.
196. No, no,
Okay.
it's just R196.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Um,
pretty funny. There's some chuckles in there. I see a lot of Beetle comics. I see an occasional
yes.
YOLO, and I'm like, these guys
It
have
does.
great taste.
They have great taste. It feels like we have some fans like that are crossing over into the 196 territory, which is nice. So, what I was trying to do, but the mods have been messaging me back very slowly, but that's all right. I basically shot them a message that was like, I thought it would be kind of fun to do an AMA on that subreddit specifically, just because seems like we have some fans there. And then whenever your comics get posted and I see it, there's people in the comments that are just like, man, I love YOLO swag. I love YOLO swag. And I've seen when my comics get posted, there's also a little bit of love in there. So it's like, it could be fun. We go in there, answer some questions,
Oh yeah. That's
watch the
crazy
beef with
though,
Reddit.
to verify the mod had you send in one picture with booty, one with
Uh-huh.
your breasts, one
It's
with a little
weird.
hole showing.
I had to send them the fruit bowl pic. You know what that is? That's
Oh
when
yeah,
you
the nut sack
you
on top of
tuck it
the.
underneath and then you turn around to present it. That's the
Yeah.
fruit bowl.
I
Yeah, I
always
just
called
send
it
that. It was
the
weird.
angry goat was what I had
Oh,
run
that's
that
good
one.
too.
I don't know why because it doesn't look like a goat. At least mine
No.
doesn't. Bro, let me
Uh,
ask you this. Can you move your balls?
can I move them without
Yeah,
touching them?
because some people think I'm weird that I'm able to do it. Then other guys I talk to are like, yeah, I can do that. I can literally
Dude,
make mine go up and down.
your balls? I cannot do
Yeah,
that.
you if you clench your asshole, you really can't.
Like, you talking about Kegels? I
Kinda.
don't think my
Like, let me
balls really
see.
move. Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, I'm flexing my asshole right now, and my sack goes up and down. It's not
Yeah,
even my
no.
asshole, it's my gooch. It's like the middle area.
Yeah, the middle area. Yeah, I can kind of. That's just Kegels. I'm pretty sure most people can do that, but I wouldn't say I can like move my
Yeah, I'm not like
balls.
like
Yeah, it's
fucking
like
singular.
juggling. Yeah,
I just
like,
at camp, this was the first time I thought I was special,
uh-huh.
that I could do it is at camp, all the cool kids, okay, we had this thing called Penis Club. This is acting
Uh-huh.
camp where most of the kids are a little fruity, if you know what I'm saying. But
Uh-huh.
it was like there was like 6 people in the club, and I remember the first year there, they're like, "Yo, you're really cool. We want you in the Penis Club." So what it is, all the kids get on one side of the room once
Oh
the
God,
counselors have gone to sleep, and you
this
get
is
on the
sounding
other side
questionable.
a little bit, and you show
Okay.
them your dick, and then they all come together as a council, and you get a dick name. But I remember
Okay.
I did the ball thing, and they were like, "What the fuck?" And my name
That's
was
crazy.
Pendulum, which
Oh, because
isn't
you could move
right,
the
but
balls.
isn't even a great nickname because a pendulum is kind of side to side,
Mm-hmm.
and mine was up
This
and
was like
down.
up and
But
down.
the funniest
Interesting.
part is this dude who was dating. We always made fun of him because we thought he was dating her just because she was Jonah Hill's sister. But you know that beanie chick?
Yeah.
The dude, Tyler, he literally looked like if you went into some high school football movie and pulled out the head quarterback, like
Okay.
just a big, buff, handsome guy.
Okay.
His nickname, it was so funny because I remember it was so hard not to laugh when he showed us his dick, but his nickname was the Dagger. Because, dude, this thing was like this big. All right.
Jesus.
If this was Dark Souls, you would have to do a dexterity build. There's absolutely no way you could build strength around this small needle type
My
thing.
God.
But good times, yeah. Camp, penis. You never did that at a Jewish camp or
No,
wherever you went?
I actually never went to sleepaway camp, so I think I missed out on some of that stuff. I probably would have more repressed like homosexual feelings and stuff like that, I think if I
Yeah.
did go, but I
Repressed. Yeah.
don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, repressed. But
Italians are just born with it. Not to offend any hardcore far right type people. I know it's
uh-huh.
fucked up to make fun of Italians, but it's okay. I'm part Italian. I think
Yeah,
I'm
it's
like
okay.
75, so
I always think of the this is like an old screenshot now, but on Twitter of somebody being like why it's problematic to make mafia jokes or something like that. And somebody just replies and they're just like, I cook it a spaghetti or something like that. And the
yeah.
person's like, honestly, fuck you, dude.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it's
I forget if
oh
it's
god.
that guy follows me, but I forget if it's the guy who made the post or the guy
Hmm.
who said, I think it's I cook a da pizza.
Oh, I cook it a
Yeah,
pizza.
but I forget
Sorry, I'm
which
not
one. But
Italian, so I
it's
don't.
okay.
Yeah.
Hey,
I don't.
you have you have the pizza pass. It's totally
Uh,
okay.
what was I gonna say? We do have some webcomic drama. Should we talk about it?
Oh yeah, you were mentioning this to me
Not really.
earlier.
I don't know. It's like I know
I
we were like,
gotta.
what?
Sorry, I'm so used to just interrupting you because I'm
No, go
retarded.
ahead.
I do have to come out and say I equally hate this comic artist just as much as Dino Comics.
Hmm.
Partly because I think they're the reason I got my picture taken down on Instagram when I drew Osama bin
Really?
Blobfish.
That's
Because
really
in the
interesting.
comics before it got taken down, a bunch of people were like, "Dude, watch out! Like the blobby people saw your picture and they're sending people at you." And I was like, "Oh, this is so
What?
fucking gay."
Are you?
Um,
I wonder if that's true. That's interesting.
Either way, they posted a picture of them. It's like three people. Cold Cuts fans, you know what to do. I need you to dox and kill all the people involved in Blobby
Uh,
Comics. It just needs to
yeah.
happen.
Yeah, the fucking basically
Obviously in Minecraft, not in real
in
life.
Minecraft.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
basically it's funny, we when we started this podcast, we were like, yeah, we're gonna be talking about like web comic drama. Turns out uh there's not much to talk about. It's not really an exciting corner
It's
of the
either
internet.
like really good and exciting, which will happen like once every 3 months, or it's literally like this drama where it's like like you said
Like
yesterday, the Norm Macdonald, like, I want both people to die involved in
yeah,
this. Like, I don't care. They both need
pretty
to die.
much. Pretty much. There was basically there's I actually don't hate this person's comics, so that's one side of it. But they have been
Blobby?
we have brought them up before. No, not Blobby.
Okay, I was
The
gonna say
reason that
you
I
have to
was
hate them.
aware of all of this. No, no, Blobby's it's Reddit corporate Dino Comics. It's that.
Feel
It's
good,
not one
fake
person.
trash garbage,
Fake,
dude.
feel good, try hard diatribes, lowest common denominator millennial soy crap.
The
Like
people
that
who made
is
it, like, dude, I'm not the most handsome looking man ever, and there's nothing wrong with being ugly, but the three people
uh
who make it, oh my God, they
dude.
just look poly. Just look poly, dude.
There you go. There you go. And dude, it's like I really don't want to pull this card, but when I find out that one of these fucking web comic artists is actually a team of people, I'm like, you guys are trash. Like
Yeah.
my output is better than you, and I'm one person.
And
Your
it's
output
always
fucking sucks, and you're
not even
basically using a
output,
cheat
like
code.
content wise. It's fucking trash. And it's like, it took
Content
3 of you people to come up with this idea.
to come up with this poor shit. Yeah, it's
Like,
ridiculous. And it's we're really laying into them. But
lay,
it's
dude,
true.
fuck
It's
them.
like it's been
Fuck
a
them.
while since I've aired out. Dude, it's been a while since I've aired out some of my like web comic, like the fucking it's this like wave of Reddit webcomic artists that are still just clinging to life, and Blobby and Friends, that fucking comic does crazy numbers. Like when I look at their page, they're they're shitting out 100K 300K like comics on their shit, because but not because it's creative or interesting, but because it's like you guys are making fucking the type of shit they put on towels at Target. Like that's what I'm
Literally.
saying. Like
Yeah,
it's not, there's
literally.
nothing cool or punk rock or art about what you make. It's kitsch. It's kitsch and it's fake.
It
I
literally
hate their
just
shit.
feels like I was a loser in high school. Now I'm getting revenge by like making up these stories. And it's like, no, 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 no. You're still a huge loser. Okay.
Yeah,
You're a gigantic fucking
dude, it's
loser.
crap.
Like,
And the other side of it, I'm gonna sound a little whatever. The other side of it,
no
but
need to
only
use racial
because
slurs.
no,
No
no,
need to use racial
I'm
slurs.
in hater mode, so I'm just gonna point out some other shit. But you'll notice if you decide to dox and kill Blobby and Friends, and by dox and kill I just mean go to their page on Twitter, you'll notice that they have like, I don't know, 200,000 or more like followers on Twitter, and they're not following anybody because they're not interested in establishing a community. They're not interested in talking to other artists. They're not interested in, you know, sharing the love. They're just corporate. It's a corporate entity.
I
Corporate
heard they
entities
were
are
following Stone Toss.
they're not
I heard
following
they're
Stone
following
Toss.
just only following Stone Toss and Ben Shapiro. I
I
saw that.
would that would be crazy. I would almost be like that's slightly more based just because there's like something to work with there. But it's like you guys are just like it's just phony. It's just fake. It's all crap. And anyway, yeah, that shit. I know we talk about this sometimes, and we've had episodes where we talk about. If you, oh, by the way, if you're like a new listener and you haven't been going back and listening to some of the old episodes, you're missing out because we touched on a lot of interesting topics in some of the old shit.
A
But
lot of lore, a lot
a
of
lot of
lore
lore
building.
building, yeah.
Yeah,
And I know we've talked about like Stone Toss shit, and I've aired out like my reasonable grievances with the shit that he puts out, but it's
he's a
like
goy. You know what? He's a
it's like
goy,
what
bro.
can I say? But it's just like something about the fucking corporate shit is so much more offensive to me than any of this other crap because it's like people like as much as people love Stone Toss for the like hateful and like ignorant shit that he puts out, people also hate him. You know what I mean? He like causes he does, to his credit, create a conversation. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? There are people who are like, even if they're just like, dude, this is horseshit. Why would you post this? It does start a conversation. Is that a conversation that I want to be involved in? No, it's not. But there's something flesh and blood about it, which is like, okay, whatever. This fucking the Dino Comics, Blobby and Friends, and I can probably think of two or three more Reddit ass comic people that it's like you are not interested in creating anything. You're just pandering. And that is like so much more lame
cringe,
to me. It's
extremely
super
cringe,
cringe.
extremely Reddit, but
Extremely
not
Reddit.
196.
No,
It's not
196 is
that type
the
of
like
Reddit. Yeah,
shining beacon of light on Reddit. But anyway, all this is to say that's all backstory. All this is to say, apparently, one of their comics recently came not under fire. It was basically just that somebody recreated it,
they made an
basically,
edit.
where
Yeah,
they made an edit of their comic, which I've also said on a previous podcast is not really a great way to ruin somebody's career because it's actually builds engagement. Like here we are talking
right.
about
Yeah,
Blobby and Friends, where if this didn't happen, I wouldn't even be talking about Blobby and Friends. I wouldn't
and
even be
I
thinking
will
about it.
I'm gonna try to find it. It should be easy, and I'm gonna throw the comic up right here. This is the original that you guys are
Okay.
looking at right here.
I don't even remember it. It's the oh no, it's the
It's the
grandma
tattoo one. Yeah.
tattoo grandma. So basically the premise for our Spotify listeners is it's like a girl getting a tattoo and somebody the cliche statement that tattoo people love to wave around but has never been uttered in the history of human language. This has never been said. It's never happened. But for some reason, tattoo idiots love to, and it's okay if you have a tattoo. I'm just heated, but I'm just saying these fucking tattoo people love to wave this around like they get like people be shouting it at them in the street, and it's like, oh, that's gonna look like shit when you're older. Why would you get that? That looks dumb. And then in the second, which is it never happens. Nobody's ever said that. It hasn't happened. And then in the second panel, now the same girl is older and well, go ahead.
You're missing out on how stupid this comic is.
Go ahead.
It's not a two paneler, my friend. If I'm remembering it correctly,
Oh,
it's four panels. There's three entire panels of people telling her it's going to look
oh,
dumb when it's
what? Are you
dude.
sure?
I'm 100% positive, 1 million
Okay.
percent positive. I'm also chuckling because I'm laughing in my head at I'm picturing the guy who just got your comic tattooed on his body tuning into this episode and you being like, yo, fuck
No, that's
tattoos.
based.
And this guy's just like,
Do you want to know
fuck.
something that nah, no, I'm not on the fuck tattoo train. I don't have any tattoos, but
We're going to get one
I
once
don't I'm
Cold
the
Cuts
only
pops off. We're getting matching
sure,
ass
yeah.
tats. All
I'm
right.
gonna get CC on each of my ass cheeks, but fucking I'm the only like the only one of my friends that just doesn't have one, and it's not because I think they're stupid. It's just I just don't want one. Uh but getting a tattoo of Beetle Moses comic is extremely based, and that's cool. And if you get it, you can send it to me. And I know it's so weird. I sent that in my group chat, and one of my fucking he's my buddy, but it's just oh my god. He messaged back and he's like, you could sue them. And I'm like, why? And he's like, like you do have legal grounds to sue them because they're using your blah 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 blah. And I'm like, why would I do? And it sparked a whole conversation
Does
because
he
then some
work
of my
for
other
Disney? Like what
no, he doesn't work.
what's going on?
He is currently in school to study for like he's like entertainment lawyer. Like that's what
Oh,
he
okay.
is
So he was
studying
trying to
for.
act like
So he's
Mr.
trying to
High IQ
flex a little bit,
genius
right?
guy.
And just be like,
Okay.
I'm like, why? Okay. And then because then some of my other buddies chimed in and they were like talking about it, not necessarily agreeing, but it just started a conversation. And then I like chimed in and I'm like, dude, why why would I do that? Like I'm in a stage of my career right now where like I'm trying to build a fan base and an audience. Why would somebody who loved my work so much and went they loved it so much they went and they got it tatted and they sent me a picture and they're like, dude, I check this out. I just got your art tatted. And also, just as backstory, they did also ask me. This person did message me like a month earlier and ask if it was cool. And I said, yeah, go for it. Just please send me a picture when you get it. And then they sent me a picture, and I was like, dude, fucking epic. If you post it, I'll retweet it. Why would I respond to that and be like, you will be hearing from my
Yeah,
legal
no,
team?
dude, you literally
like,
just send a cease and desist in response.
like,
Right
why
after
would
you
I?
said, like, yeah, it's totally okay, dude.
Why the hell would I do that? I know there's some people, I know there are some artists that request you pay them, like give like sure you can use it, but like send me however much money just to license like basically license it out. I'm not interested in any of that. I'm loving that there's a community being built. I'm extremely flattered that people are getting my art tattooed. There's a few people now who have gotten my art tattooed, which is awesome. I'm not gonna fucking sue these people. It's a one-way ticket to your fans hating you and not
Yeah,
and just like literally
really
harpooning
imploding your
the future
career.
of your career for
What you
what?
should do to encourage it, this is what I did for, I was only able to do it to one because I only had the original print, but someone got, I think I have a sticker of it too. It's Airbud. It was Airbud dunking a ball, but with like a huge fat ass.
Okay,
And
cool.
some dude got it on his calf, so I sent him the original like drawing and then
Uh-huh.
some stickers, which was like, yeah, maybe I'll get some more people to do some YOLO tats. But you should
Yeah,
send them it's the witch, right?
it's the Witch
The witch
print.
comic.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
this
should
one
send
got.
them the drawing.
Yeah, he got. I actually do have one print left over from that batch, so maybe I will send it to
No,
him.
I'm
And then,
talking about the OG, baby. Make him feel
oh, the
special. Send him the
OG.
OG.
I have had people request my OG drawings before, but I am holding on to them right now, and the only reason it's not because I'm like mine. It's more because I am interested in eventually getting around to publishing a book of my comics, and if there's a chance that I need them in like a higher quality scan than their current form, I want to have
Yeah,
the
that's
originals
probably that's smart.
still.
That's smart.
But I do have a ton of like, dude, I have fucking I'm on my fourth like book now that I'm like working through since I started.
Based.
It's like a ton of
Based.
fucking anyway.
Yeah, we
I
got to
don't know
finish this comic story.
I don't know how we got off topic, but anyway, I saw oh yeah, okay. So anyway, so the Spotify listeners, I'm so sorry. So anyway, it ends the final panel of the comic is the girl now she's a grandma, but she's not like fat or saggy or like what an actual old person looks like. She just looks the same, but has little like like little
Under
bags
eye
under her eyes
bags.
or something
Yeah.
like that. And she shows up in her. She's wearing like a sleeveless shirt and she's like covered in tattoos and whatever. And their grandkids are like with stars in their eyes, like, "Wow, grandma, you're so cool." Which I saw that original comic, and first of all, the premise is really dumb because is this the first time that the grandkids are seeing their grandmother? Like, why would they all of a sudden be like, "Oh, holy crap, Batman, Grandma, you're so freaking cool." But
Well,
it's like you guys are
she's a
eight.
crack whore who lives under a bridge, so they don't get
Well,
to
I
see
don't
her
see
that
her very
often.
much.
Yeah.
But that is what the edit was. Somebody edited the comic and said
The
what
kids are saying like,
the
"Oh,
kids are
grandma,
like,
you look
"Wow,
like a
grandma."
disgusting whore," or
Yeah,
something.
something
Yeah.
along those lines, which is, dude, that is like fucking light work. Like, I
But
mean,
that's like a
it's just
hundred times
silly
better
and
than
it's
the original comic
funny.
because it's like there's a punchline.
It's
It's
right,
not
it's
like
funny. It's not
give me
oh, relatable.
upvotes.
Yeah,
Ooh, ooh,
exactly. It
Reddity. Ooh.
literally. That's like the other one is one of those, and the other trending blobby comic that I saw the other day was somebody's like they show a cut, they want a pixie cut at the hair
Oh
salon and
God, I
shit.
hate this one.
And then they just get like a little trim off the top that's just like a bob cut, and the barber's just like, "Oh, I just I know what you said, but like I just thought this would look better because I think that cut would make you look boyish." And then in the last panel, they're just buzzing their
Buzzing
hair
it
for
off.
like
Just makes me so happy because it's like
never
the
happened. Things
final
that have never
panel
happened.
chick. But if it did happen, the final panel chick is a retard, and she also probably just dropped 180 for the haircut and is
Right.
now buzzing it. So it's like you're
Like
so stupid.
literally if that happened, which this is here's what does happen. You go to the haircut place and you say, "Oh, can you trim whatever?" And then the barber or whatever cuts your hair, but it's like it's they're like, "How's this?" And it's like you're paying for the haircut. You can speak up and just be like, you could take a little more off, I
Yeah,
don't like I've
yeah,
done
yeah.
that before. It's happened
I
like
wish a barber had balls enough to give me that opinion when I showed them when I walked in with that like Hitler Youth haircut that was like really
uh-huh.
cool undercut. It's called taper
Yeah.
fade. I
Yeah.
wish the barber was like, I didn't do it because you'd look like a huge. I wish
You
the
gotta
barber
stop
said that.
dropping the F
I
slur,
wish
dude.
the
I'm
barber
telling
said
you.
that. It's
It's
bleeped out. No one knows. I'm Italian, baby. I can
okay.
totally say
You
it.
can say it. Vafangul, how you doing? What does Vafangul mean? Why do
I
Italians
have
always
no
say it?
idea.
Sorry, I totally threw you off base. You could say the F slur. It's
You're
okay. I
good.
don't.
You're good, bro. You're good. I don't
Like
want
we're
to.
trying to appease to a wider audience, right? I'm still
We're
shitting on
trying to
people for
go
being
blobby
Reddit.
mode. We're
But I'm
trying to
trying
go
to.
blobby mode and be like,
I just don't want we end up doing this AMA on 196 and then somebody comes and watches this and they're like, "I can't believe that you would host these alt-right Nazis." And meanwhile, we're just
dude, am
sitting
I
here
not allowed?
busting our
I've
asses.
sucked cock. I feel like I
Okay.
feel like I
Yeah,
have
that's
a
true.
pass. I know that's kind
There
of
you go.
that's like Vosh's reasoning why he thinks he could say it, and I don't want to
Does
bite
he
his
say it?
thunder. I've heard
Because I
him
think
say it occasionally.
I think most of 196 are a lot of them are Voshites anyway, so they'll be savvy. But
Mhm.
Anyway, okay, 3 minutes to go. This is what I'm going to say about the comic. Anyway, I saw this other comic artist who we don't follow each other. I'm not trying to start beef with them. I think that they're fine. They're fine.
And I think we
They're
talked about them on a
We've
previous
talked about them
episode.
once
Yeah.
before. We've talked about them once before. They oh, did I just draw on myself? Okay, I thought I just left a Sharpie marker on capped. Anyway, they reposted the trending edit of the comic that was like, "Wow, Grandma, you look like a crack whore," or whatever, which is so funny. It's just funny. It doesn't just because you get tattoos doesn't mean you look like a crack whore, but it's a funny punchline because it's
Yes.
like
Yeah. Because
there's a
it's an
punchline.
actual
It's this
punchline. Yeah.
subversion of expectation. You have to do that. Um. Anyway, I've had like four people call me literally since we've sat down. It keeps breaking my train of thought. Uh it's like literally 3 days nobody calls me. I don't hear from anybody, and now I'm like sitting down to record a podcast,
I
and
need
like
you
my
right
phone's off the
now.
hook. Anyway, this comic artist Muyo, I believe is how they pronounce the thing. They have a very big following. I think some of their stuff is funny. And
I forgot I'm Bruce Wayne and your
it's on my
phone, dude.
phone
That's
is
great.
ringing again. Anyway, the fuck was I
The
saying?
comic artist.
Saying?
Sorry, my bad, dude. My bad.
Yeah. So he came out and was just like, "Why the hell would you guys make this edit? Why would you post this? I've been following Blobby and friends for a long time. They're really sweet and they have a nice message and they don't deserve this type of treatment and blah 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 blah." Okay, fine. Really, dude? Because you ever see those comments that are like, on like Elon Musk posts where people are just like, like Aiden Ross will comment and just be like, "Yo, no cap, I love you, G," or something like that, and then somebody underneath is like, "He don't know you, little bro," or something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah.
that's how I kind of feel with this Muyo thing. I'm like, dude, Blobby and friends, you know how many people they follow on Twitter? Zero.
You're
They
not
don't
gonna
give a
get a
fuck.
blob job
You're not
by
gonna get a
supporting them.
blob
You're not
job.
gonna get a blob job, bro.
If you died tomorrow, Blobby and friends would have no fucking clue. It's three people that probably live in different states that hate each other and they're just in it because they're like,
Or they would make a comic about you dying, saying you were somehow racist.
yeah, something
That
like
would be
that.
like the comic.
All I'm
Yeah.
saying is that some of you guys need to be a little bit more privy to the corporations don't look like corporations all the time anymore. They're a little bit more subtle, they're a little bit more sneaky, and they're just as sinister. And Blobby and Friends is one of those things. They just look like, oh, innocent webcomic artists about a blobfish, but it's not.
They're
They
the
don't give a fuck
Walmart of
about you.
comics, just like Dino.
Yes, they're
Yeah.
right up there. Even Walmart is just a little like dirty and grungy. They're
Yeah.
literally the Target. Like they are
Yeah.
the Whole Foods of like
It's a little too classy for them. I wouldn't call them Whole
I
Food.
just hate Whole Foods too. It's just all lame. They're the TJ Maxx of
Whoa, whoa, dude! You can get some banger deals at TJ
I
Maxx.
knew
Come
there
on
was
now.
gonna
Come
I knew
on
there
now.
was gonna be some TJ Maxx love. My chick loves TJ Maxx.
It's
I don't
pretty
get it.
crisp.
I
It's
do
pretty
not get
crisp,
it.
bro.
I every time we go there, I'm like, what? There's nothing
The
here.
problem is you went with your chick, dude. I'm so mad. Not even mad, just disappointed.
Why?
I love Primeape. You like Primeape, the Pokemon?
Oh yeah.
He's so fresh, and I was always like, oh, I hope he gets an evolution. They finally gave him an evolution.
Really? What does it look like?
It looks okay, but I
Okay.
think I think I'm being too harsh, but because the name Primeape is pretty stupid. It's primate and ape,
It's not,
but his
yeah.
name, the evolution's name, is Annihilate, and I'm kind of like,
I'm looking at him right now.
yeah, I don't know. It's kind
I
of cool,
think
but it's like,
they could have made this a lot cooler. I mean,
yeah, I don't like the design as much as I like Primeapes.
I'm not
Yeah,
crazy about this design. Um, I'm surprised it took this many generations for them to like put something together. But I like Primate. He's actually, you want to know something funny? I guess I still could make this, but Before, remember that comic that I made about the kid that was
with the
he had
Whalmer.
a Grimer? Well, I
Oh,
did
the
a
Grimer
Grimer
one.
one
Yeah, the Grimer
first.
one's
Yeah, yeah,
dope.
Grimer first, and then I did a Whalmer, and I was thinking about making it kind of like a series because it is kind of fun, but there has to be a story there or something
Right.
interesting. And actually, before I drew the Grimer one, I originally had it planned in my mind. It was going to be a primate, and it was going to be
Primeape or a Mankey?
a primate.
Oh, okay.
Well, I was thinking a prime, but I changed it because I was like, you know what? It's not. It just doesn't work as well. But it was going to be a primate, and they were going to be still bullies, but just like beating people up, which like I thought was funny. But then it was like I don't know if people are getting like what? And also Primeape is unfortunately he's not as like iconic. He's not one of those Pokemon that people talk about as much as they
Yeah,
should.
he kind of
You know
got
what I mean?
forgotten a little bit.
He's definitely forgotten. There's a lot of first gen ones that it's kind of crazy because the first gen is like the most iconic, but there are a handful that people just do not talk about. Pinsir
Yeah.
is another one that totally forgotten to the sands of time.
100%. I remember when I thought Heracross was going to be his evolution
I
when
know.
Silver and Gold came out. Dude, speaking of forgotten Pokemon, this is another thing.
Haha.
I'm so angry. Literally, this is Pokemon autism. One of my favorite Pokemon is a forgotten Pokemon,
Which
which
one?
is Dunsparce, who came out
Oh
during
yeah.
Gold and Silver. Please look
Uh-huh.
up the new evolution they just gave him, and I'll tell you the name. Instead of Dunsparce, it's Dudumbsparce. Literally,
No.
look at how it's the same exact Pokemon with one more belly segment. I'm like livid, dude.
You know what's crazy? I'm seeing fan art
Which is
versions
way
of it, which
cooler.
look really
Yes,
cool.
dude.
I'm not even seeing the actual one. Wait, Dunsparce, Dunsparce?
Yeah, just type in DU before Dunsparce. You
Oh,
may
why the
even
fuck
literally
did they do
I
this?
dude, I know. I'm
Why
literally
did
like
they do
so pissy.
that?
And then they gave something like that. I mean, I like that Giraffic Pokemon and the evolution looks kind of cool, but that's a Pokemon where it's like it already looked cool enough. Although the new one does look similar cool, but it's like, dude, you gave him a fresh ass evolution, but Dunsparce literally
Dude, Dunsparce got shitted on. Dude,
just
I'm
a little
looking at
segment.
somebody on DeviantArt. I'll shout them out. I don't know who this is, but YT-05 on
All right, make sure it's
DeviantArt.
not a fetish account real quick.
I'm not even gonna check. But yeah, they drew this really cool like in the not sprite style, but like kind of like Diamond and Pearl black and white generation style, like pixel art uh of the of an evolution chart for Dunsparce that looks fucking hard. Like it
Yeah.
looks really sick. I'm seeing a few fan edits that are like really fucking cool that are like
Yeah.
dragon
Well,
type.
that was the thing. Since Gold and Silver, people
That looks
assumed
sick.
he would get an evolution because his base stats are not good. He has the base stats of a Pokemon that needs an evolution. So I knew it was like
Interesting.
coming down the line, but I don't know. Enough
It is.
enough Pokemon autism.
Yeah, I have a Pokemon comic that I just drew, and I was gonna post it today, but sometimes this has happened before where sometimes I'm scrolling through Twitter and you can just tell it's inactive. Like there's not much,
Yeah.
like people are busy or something. Like
Yeah,
I'm
yeah. Well,
like
it's
sometimes
Monday.
it is Monday, but sometimes like for example, the night before everybody thought Twitter was gonna go down, you know what I'm talking about?
When
Or
everyone
like
was posting their asshole.
everybody would like, dude, I have never seen Twitter so like just lit. I mean, just like there was just it felt like if I like refreshed my page, it was like 200 more tweets, like a ton of people. And I was like, I should just post this, even though it's irrelevant, I should just post this Remy Stewart Little drawing right now because there's so much traffic, people are just gonna see it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like people are just on Twitter right now.
And
And
that
it
one
ended up
popped
doing
off.
it did pretty well.
Banger
Yeah.
mode, baby.
Yeah, it went kind of banger mode. I've kind of been like in sleepy time mode the past like week or two, so I'm like struggling to hit that stride again. But that one did really well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
Based. Dude,
based.
a little housekeeping, so because I know I'm gonna forget later.
Oh, let's do it.
Thank you to our executive producers on the Patreon,
Thank you.
Gzan and then
Yes.
Trash Bins.
With a
Um,
Z.
Yeah, I think we're gonna start thanking you guys every episode, just because I know some people listen on Spotify, so they don't get to see the. If you watch on YouTube, we have like a thank you clip at the
Yes.
end with their names, but you don't have to be an executive producer if you want to support us. We have a Patreon now. They took down our Patreon video on the YouTube because of the copyrighted music. I was kind of bummed
Hmm.
because we fucking put so much
Wait,
time and energy
did
into
they
that.
fully take it down?
It's still up, but you can't see it and it doesn't pop up.
That's
I think
so
if you're in
stupid.
like the Philippines, you're able to see it. So shout
But
out to our Filipino swaggers.
that's why I'm thinking, is there a way? I was just thinking it would be funny for the two of us to just acapella it, like just
We
do
could
like do
try
it
that. Do a
again.
re-upload with the.
Which
You
I
know
think
what?
would be
Let's do that.
it would add an extra level of funny. It would be like a little bit more work, but it would be even funnier and it wouldn't get taken down. So I
Yeah,
think that might
you're
be the
smart.
move.
You're smarter than I am.
Thank you. No, I'm not smarter, but I did say that would be funny before we even
Originally,
uploaded
yes.
it. I
Yeah.
said we could do that without even using the music because I know YouTube gets really fucking
That's the move, though.
butthurt
I
about
think
that
we
shit.
will re-upload that.
It needs a re-upload.
And then the other thing is we still have a few booster packs left if any of you want them. I think we're gonna do
Oh,
a small reprint, maybe like next month or later
yeah.
next month. But if you want in on these first edition, baby, first
Ooh,
edition
that's the
print, it
one I
says first edition. There's a classic one that someone got
that's a
angry at you for.
somebody got angry about that one. Oh, yeah.
Someone who was drawing a Jewish goblin character got angry
Dude,
that you
that
made
was
a Hitler joke,
such
which
a
is
weird
so
fucking that
strange.
was such a weird train of thought. Anyway, yeah, check out the cards before they're gone. They thank you guys to everybody who has purchased one already. Um, I know I'll speak for myself and say I'm super proud with how they came out. They came
They
out
came out
fucking
fucking
sick.
dope, dude. And
Yeah.
this was the biggest one I personally had ever done. Most of mine, even with alternative artwork, were like 35, I think was the
Yeah.
max. This one has over 52 fucking cards.
That's crazy. With all original, all unique
All
art on each of
original. And
those.
even the coolest thing, too, is in the old sets I did, there was alternative art cards, but they had the same flavor text, the
Uh-huh.
words. But all
These
the
have
alternative arts have completely unique
so cool. Yeah.
flavor text.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They came out so good. Yeah, it's awesome.
Very
So
hype
yeah.
about how this came out.
So if you love us, if you want to support us, patreon.com/coldcuts, right? It's
Baby.
cool. It's not just cold cuts, it's cold cuts pod.
No, it's patreon.com/coldcuts.
Just cold cuts.
Yeah, our YouTube is
Oh,
patreon.com
it's
slash
patreon.com/cold.
coldcutspod. Yeah.
Okay.
There's
I fucked that up.
this set also has the legendary
Yes.
the
That's a
dinos
classic.
getting fucking eaten by a
Whi-
raptor.
Which is funny because when I was seeing this little, drama tangent with that kid with that guy Muyo, it made me think it's funny. I did not really get much heat from the webcomic community when I made that drawing, kind of like, clowning or
Dude,
dunking on
I
Dino
had
Comics.
multiple when I retweeted that comic you made. I had multiple big artists go, "Thank you. Fuck
Yeah,
those guys. I'm so
yeah.
glad you hate them." And I was like, "Okay. All
Yeah,
right. Yeah, all
okay. I
right."
know. I had a lot of people respond actually. In a weird way, it almost felt like, even though it wasn't even that high performing of a comic, like I think it did something like 20K, which is still great, but like it's not it didn't go like mega banger mode, but I think it's funny. I started to feel like the other people in the webcomic sphere started to look at me a little differently when I after I posted that
This
one.
guy's edgy. This is the
Yeah, or
cool edgy
in a good
kid,
way.
baby.
I think it did gain me a little bit of clout because they're like, oh, this guy is not Reddit. This guy
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah,
hates
yeah,
Dino
yeah.
Comics as much as I do.
100%. I'm
And
so
nobody
glad
had
you got
shitted on
banned.
them.
I'm so glad you got banned from Reddit.
Oh yeah, no, I
Or
got
just the
banned.
gaming server,
The
right?
gaming one, yeah.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think probably they've relieved my ban at this point, but I will never look back. I did go. It still doesn't make sense. It's when their whole fucking shenanigans, banning me, like taking down my shit. Other people were posting my comics and they were still getting taken down because my shit was getting taken down for self promotion.
Promotion, yeah.
But there are other comic artists that were posting their own work on our gaming, not getting taken down. So it's just fucking. picky choosy, picky choosy.
Dude,
You can do it, you can't.
you should see if you're still banned and post a picture of your nutsack and say, "Hey, our gaming, play this, bitch."
Yeah,
Maybe
I
draw
think
some
that's a
buttons
move.
on it or something.
That's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
They know it's beef now because I think like people were posting my comic that was saying that depicted the
I
R
forgot you
gaming
did a
moderators.
fuck our
Yeah.
gaming comic.
I
Yeah.
did a fuck our gaming comic, which is honestly old Beetle lore now. Like I think I had sub 5K followers on Twitter at the time, but um yeah, I posted that one that was just like depicting the gaming mods as like fat neckbeards, basically
Dude, you've
covered in
grown
Mountain
so
Dew.
much, bro. You know, you went from getting into beef with the R gaming morons to
Hmm.
angering 14-year-old Native American
It's a
women.
beautiful thing. The
Yeah.
internet is so
It's
beautiful.
powerful, yeah.
You can just have beef with all kinds of people that you didn't even know that you didn't like. Like you didn't like. There's all like different types of like annoying people online, and if to different communities, every single community has an annoying person, and you have to go there to find them. It's just like beautiful thing about
It's like
the
rare
internet.
Pokemon.
It
Yeah,
really
you
is.
kind of
Yeah,
got to go hunting a little
it's
bit or they'll
crazy.
come to you.
I
Yeah.
never would have thought that I would have made a comic that was going to anger some uh extremely soft Native American teenagers, but it happened. That was crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, lesson
You
learned.
posting Andrew Jackson in response to what she said, that was a little
That might have
harsh,
been a
but
bad
yeah.
move. Yeah, I was just
Yeah.
like, yeah, I was pushed to my limit.
Old
But
Hickory, I think,
that
right?
wasn't
Is that
cool.
his nickname?
Is that right?
Old Hickory, let me check.
Uh, should I show some of the doodles that I'm doing for the Patreon right now?
Oh yeah, dude, those came out very fresh.
Do you like them? I'm doing different variations of this one that they're all slightly different. Well, I don't want to spoil it for the Patreon because I want it to be a surprise when they get it.
That's true.
But
Show one of them.
okay, I'll show one of them. Some of them are funny. All right, this one is I basically drew Professor Egad from Luigi's Mansion. And can you
Based.
read what it says?
Pussy got me like egad, baby. That's fresh. Wait a minute. You know
God.
what? I already know that the camera probably wasn't on you, so talk real quick and then hold it up
Okay.
again.
Blah 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 blah. Pussy got me like egad. And
Based.
he's throwing up the C. But I have like variations of it. They came out really funny. I'm excited to send them out. Yeah.
I'm hyped.
That's
Yeah, and I
fun.
got the I just packed them up. I think we're waiting for the stickers to arrive on your end to send them, but we also got the special Patreon card for this
Amazing.
month done by Cyanide and Happiness. Which one was it? Chris
Yeah,
Wilson of
Chris.
Cyanide and Happiness.
Dude's
Very
awesome.
excited.
Legend.
It's in its little protector sleeve.
Looks
I know
very fucking cool.
so funny to me that you were like, "Are these laminated?" And I was like, "No,
I
dude,
know
it's
because
in a
they
fucking sleeve."
I think I have it sitting here. Yeah, dude, I know I was like, wow, these are laminated. These are nice. And then it occurred to me, I'm like, oh, it's in a
Because
sleeve
you
and
thought it
they
was like
actually
tearing.
feel yeah, and then well no, I was just like, what's going on? Wait, do I still have it? It's somewhere on my desk, but my desk is a fucking disaster right now. The one I have sitting here is Scrum, but that one protective
Oh
sleeve.
yeah.
That's a
Ooh,
classic.
hey, those work. Those ones work pretty
Yeah,
well, I'll tell
that
you
one's
that much.
lit. Oh, but that got me thinking because we were talking about the Patreon drawings and the cards and stuff like that. All of these are part of the you get all of this stuff from us if you sign up for the Patreon. So if
It
you're
is
not,
insane
you get a ton
the
of shit.
amount
You
of
get
shit you get.
early access to both of our comics, bonus drawings and comics as well, because a lot of the stuff that we post on Patreon actually never even makes it to social media. And then what I see as the biggest benefit is being on the Patreon Discord. I mean, yeah, the Cold Cuts Discord, which is really fucking
Dude,
fresh.
the when I had the one just for YOLO before we joined forces, it was kind of an active community, and the
Mm-hmm.
ones there's still some people who I brought over from that,
Mm-hmm.
just because we kind of recycled the Discord. But this one is like the
It's
new
like
Discord
lit.
is actually so fresh. Yeah,
It's
everyone there
more.
is like very cool.
It's
Yeah.
like more lit than my like group chat with like my buddies from
Yes.
home,
Yeah.
basically. Like it's very active. There's always somebody there. I love that there's different channels because there's people talking about different things. Like I'm in the
Yeah.
Swole swag
Oh,
one, which
the
is
games
the
channel.
workout one, which is fun.
And the
Um,
Jackbox games have been so fresh.
so
I don't
fresh. We're
even
due for
care that
another.
when we play the drawing one that it devolves into overt racism in two
Like all
turns.
the
I don't even
time.
care. Yeah.
Doesn't even matter. It's still great.
I think you had a Black Vosh drawing that I
Yeah,
think
Blosh.
sweeped the
It
competition.
did.
Yeah,
Yeah, I posted Blosh and that one was like I whipped him out on a few occasions and it always won. Yeah, people just love that shit. Uh
I gotta
but
learn
yeah.
how to draw different, dude. I'm so sick of every time one of my drawing goes up, everyone is like, "Well, that's YOLO's," and I'm like, "Fuck,
No, it's
fuck,
good to have
dude."
it's good to have a unique style because you know what happens with your comics is like when I see them posted on the rare occasion, hasn't doesn't happen very much, but I have seen on 196, for example, your comics posted there, but for some inexplicable reason, your name is cropped out of it or not present in it or
Love
something
that.
like that.
Love that.
Why? Why? It's happened to me too. Why? But anyway, it oh my God, I remember the first time I saw somebody that cropped my name
It's
out of a
enraging, dude.
thing.
It's like
I was literally like, "Why, dude? Why?" It's not like my fucking at is taking away from the meme. Like, so stupid. But anyway, but because your style is so distinct, when your shit gets posted, even without your name, people in the comments were like, "I could tell this is YOLO swag," like they could, or something like that. Like people were still shouting you
what
out.
I
It's good to
hate
have
though. I
style.
like that when people like are like, "Hey, credit YOLO," or "This is YOLO's," but
Uh-huh.
I always feel so shitty when they're like, "This is the guy from The Onion. This is Kelly," and I'm like, "Oh, dude,
No,
like he probably hates my guts, dude." Like,
your actual like art style or your actual drawing style is not like Kelly from The
I
Onion.
don't think
You're the
so either. And I think
no.
his are like you look at them and you get the point right away. It's like the opposite
Yeah.
of whatever he drew, but mine is like you have to hit your head on a with a hammer 10 times before it
I,
even starts to
like,
make sense. It's kind of like,
dude, your God of War comic fucking killed. And
dude, people are
reading
so
dude,
angry, dude.
reading the quote tweets to that comic was like literally a full hour of just like glee, like giddy enjoyment for me. I was just reading it and everybody was like, I can't believe people have the most retarded opinions about video games I've ever seen. And it's like, oh my God, dude, just like it ain't that serious. Just fucking play the game. Like, but it was so funny. There were so many. There were, of course, people in there that were also like, I fucking love this man. Like, I love the guy that draws these comics because they know that you're like prodding the fucking people that are gonna
I'm
get
pushing
mad.
back on the establishment.
I know you are
YOLO is
pushing
totally
back.
punk rock. Dude,
It's so
I
funny.
just got my new idea for the comic I think I'm going to do tonight.
What's that?
I'm going to do one of those then versus now. And it'll be like the original then one. It'll be like, whoa, missing no. This glitch is so cool. And then
Oh
like
no.
then now it'll be like, I don't like this Pokemon glitch. And it'll be like their body is like fucking
That that's
deformed or
that's
something.
so good, and that's annoying because I'm about to post a Pokemon glitch comic too.
But nothing not missing no, right?
No, it's not missing. No,
Yeah, yeah. All right,
no,
all right. Yeah, well,
mine
this
is.
will be like when we both did the Joe Rogan.
Yeah, exactly. Mine is like, um, well, yeah, it doesn't matter because I'll post this one tomorrow, so I can people will already have seen it hopefully by the time this goes live. But
And it is
mine
up on the
is
Patreon already.
no, it's I posted the pencil sketch in the Discord, but I haven't officially
Oh,
put it on the
okay. Okay.
Patreon yet. But it's Machamp doing recreating the the scene from Ghost where they're doing pottery with like somebody, and then somebody walks in on them and they're like, this is a bug? Like it's like should I change it to glitch or is bug does bug translate
I
there?
think bug translates, but you might want to do glitch. I feel like most people call them glitches.
Glitches. Okay, maybe I'll just change that. But
Yeah. If you were an annoying New York Times comic artist, you would put a little title in the top corner that says like "Son of a glitch." Maybe
oh
that's what
yeah,
I'll
so
do. That's maybe that's what the
oh,
dog will be
son of a glitch.
saying. Yeah.
That's good. Yeah, the dog needs to be in there. I was thinking about captioning this one maybe, but I don't know what I would even caption it. I don't know. But the idea of just this was the part that cracked me up, and I love seeing other people react positively when I draw faces that are like this.
Dude,
Because
yeah, you
the
crushed
like
the like.
like I love drawing just the like stunned yeah, that shit cracks me up. So it's funny when other people or like the fat Harry Potter that I drew today also was that was one that made me LOL while I was drawing it, which is always a good feeling.
Dude, are we mid tangent or can I tell a little story? Were we talking about
Tell a story.
something
I don't think we
originally?
were talking about
I
anything
think we were
important.
just plugging, right? Doing a little
Yeah, we were
housekeeping.
plugging the doodles.
The because we were speaking about tattoos earlier.
Uh-huh.
There's this guy. This is kind of a two-parter story. There's this guy, and I think I mentioned him on the podcast before. I love this guy. Okay, he's friends with my friend group. He's a really great guy, but he does uh, rap violin.
Oh yeah.
Not rap. It's like rapping. He does plays violin music over rap type stuff. Zach
Yeah.
Clejean, if you guys want to look him up, he's very handsome.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I remember he had some tats, and we were hanging out one night all smoking at my old place, and I was like ripping on tats because he had tats, and I was like, "You at least have like some semi cool ones." I hate when people have the fruity ass. You know those fucking losers that get like the and I'm sure you even know people like this. You know they get the that symbol from Harry Potter that's like the triangle in the circle and it's the death one and everything. I was like, I fucking hate loser fruit balls who have that. And then he was like, dude, I have that, and like showed it to me on his hand, and
You
I was
got,
like, oh
dude,
no,
you got to be careful about waving that around because 50% of Americans under the age of
have that
40 have that
tattoo. Yep,
tattoo. Yeah, so
it's
you could
so
say that, but
cringe,
yeah,
so cringe, bro.
my ex had that tattoo.
I'm glad she's your ex, although I'm still
Yeah,
so
that
mad
was a
I sent
huge
you.
turning point. That was a huge breaking point.
She's gonna be a millionaire because I sent you an OG pack of first edition trading cards that they're just at her house. She's probably wiping her ass with them.
That fucking sucks, man.
Was
Yeah,
she
I can't believe those are
Latinx?
gone. Yeah, she was.
You're an official Latinx chaser.
Yes, I am.
Certified Latinx chaser, baby. Dude,
I am,
here's
yeah.
another little top secret story. I hope
Uh-huh.
I don't get in trouble for this or cause any issues. But I was looking at Charles's Twitter one day
Hmm.
from MDE. What's his last name?
Charles Carroll.
Charles Carroll. I was looking at Charles's Twitter, and the Zach Clejean guy was over because we were like working on a beat or something, and he was like, "You know Charlie?" And I was like, "What Charlie? Do you know him?" And he was like, "Yeah, we met at a music festival. He comes and sleeps over at my house like once or twice a year, and we hang out." And
Hmm.
yeah, I was like, "Wow, okay," because this dude
Small
does not
world.
kind of, but they don't seem based on their personalities. Someone who's never met Charles or knows anything about him, but based on what I assume his personality is like, I was like, I don't see these two types of people meshing at all.
Uh-huh.
And I remember being like, yeah, he talks about a lot of like deep stuff, like trying to gauge how Zach felt about him. And he was
Hmm.
like, dude, I'll be honest. 99% of the time he starts talking to me and opens his mouth, I literally just have to nod because it makes no sense. And I was just like, all right, okay.
Okay, okay,
Okay, yeah, because I feel
okay.
the same way. I tried watching, he was in some random podcast recently, and I tried watching it, and I got like 10 minutes in, and I was just like, am I? It's like that meme from that old TV show where the guy looks in the mirror and he's like a Down syndrome guy. He's like,
Yeah.
I retarded.
Retarded,
I
yeah.
either I'm retarded or he is speaking Moonman gibberish sometimes because
Yes.
it like made zero sense.
Yeah, it is gibberish. I'm not sure if he is
I'm not calling him
trolling.
crazy. I'm not calling him crazy because
No,
I know he
I
gets
don't
mad at that.
no, I don't think that's true, but yeah, I know the clip you're talking about, and it is certainly peculiar to say the least. It's a very strange guy. All
But
those guys are kind of strange.
it literally worries me that maybe I have something wrong with me because everyone on that
Yes.
pod was like, yeah,
Like gassing him
sis,
up.
yeah, sis,
Yeah,
speak it, and it's
I
like,
know. I think that's
oh,
what was that was kind of also putting me off is that it's like, guys, when you have a guest on a podcast, like I know, sorry, I'm plugging my computer in, it's about to die.
plug it
When you
in,
have a
baby.
when you have a guest on a podcast, it's like I understand it's tempting to want to just totally fit their vibe. I think that's part of being a good host. So you want to like go along with what they're saying and smile and nod and be cool and like be like, yeah, dude, we're vibing, we're meshing. But that's not really interesting to listen to if you guys are both just like mouth garbage, like just talking about shit that makes no
Yeah. And
sense.
I would
Like
push back against that idea. I would say it's more interesting when
when you,
they fit your vibe. If they're able to
yeah.
hang with the boys, you know what I
Well,
mean?
it's also my personal MO, and this is not a podcast thing. This is just the way that I like to uh function. Is like if I'm meeting new people, I'm not I can be a yes man in some regards, but like if I meet somebody and they have different ideas than me, I'd feel comfortable asking questions about that, even if they know that I don't feel the same way. You know what I mean? And it's like, or like
You're
pushing
alluding to
back
the
on them.
future Nick Fuentes episode.
That is not going to happen. But the like I think it's like I've found that if I'm talking to somebody and they're different from me, or they say something that catches me and I'm like, wait, what? Like I actually feel like in situations when I'm talking to people, you have to ask nicely, right? You don't want to be like, dude, what are you fucking retarded, man? But you got to just like, I think it's a normal human thing, and it's actually a nice thing to be like, wait, like what? What
What?
do you
Yeah,
really feel
yeah,
that way or something like
yeah,
that?
yeah.
Because then people want to talk. They want to talk about themselves. So it's like if you're listening to somebody and they're spouting some crazy shit, you should stop them and just be like, "Wait, can you explain that? Like, what are you talking about?" Because you may actually come out the other side of it closer friends. Actually, people that like interactions that I've had before where like one of my friends is introducing me to somebody else and like I don't feel like we're really gelling, but I'm still talking to them and just being like kind of like pushing back slightly. If I'm then talking to my friend, our mutual, like later, my friend, and just being like, "Yeah, I'm sorry, I don't think you're, I don't think your buddy liked me or something." He was like, "No, dude." He was like, "Yo, your Harris was really cool. Like he was like a cool guy." Because like if you're just sitting there and you're like, hmm, "Yeah, cool, yeah," like
You're just milk
you're not
toast.
cool.
Yeah,
You're
it's
just
just
like a
like
doughy
dull.
little piece of yeah. It's
Yeah,
not.
yeah, yeah. I think,
Anyway.
dude. I think that's the problem once you get like big, or like big in someone's eyes, because like you're gonna run into people who are like, "This guy's so cool." Like, I'm just gonna agree with everything he says. Like,
Mm-hmm.
yes men, or whatever. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I mean? Like, apparently, on like Michael Jackson's team when he was like, "Yeah, I want a bed that's the size of the whole house, and little kids can sleep in it with me." That's when someone should have been like, "Bro,
Bro, no.
no." But they were
Yeah,
like, "Oh, dude, I love sleeping with little
I
kids.
know.
That's a great idea."
I
Like,
know.
it's just no bueno.
Bro,
It's no good.
we're talking about last night we were talking about Louis Theroux documentaries, and I was telling
Yes.
you about some of I've seen so many of them because he's been doing it forever. He has ones on all kinds of different topics and crazy shit. And another really good one that he does is about Michael Jackson, actually. Like during it was made in like the early 2000s or something like that.
This is post death.
No, he's still
Oh,
alive.
is he come on the dock?
Okay, this is a little bit of a spoiler, but the whole premise of the documentary is Louis knows that Michael is coming to the UK for a tour, like part of his
Hmm.
tour dates is he's doing a few shows in London or something like that. And Louis is like he's part of the BBC and he's like, I want to get an interview
Sounds
with
like my ex-wife.
that's good. He wants to get I always thought that was funny. Like it's a funny parallel, funny name for a station. Uh God damn
Sorry,
it, what the fuck
Jackson
was
is
that?
coming. I
Yeah,
suck,
you
dude.
see it?
The guy
No,
in the
that's
in the
funny. You're adding
Dino
to it.
episode we did was right, where he's like, "Yo, YOLO
Yo,
keeps telling jokes. I
this guy
fucking
shut the
hate
fuck
this
up. No,
guy.
it's like
Yeah, kill
no,
this guy."
it adds to it. But what I was saying was that Louis basically goes into it and he's like, I want to get an interview with Michael Jackson. And so what he starts doing, he's filming the process of trying to get an interview with Michael Jackson and bumping shoulders with the people in Michael's outer circle and then his inner circle and trying to like work his way to actually meeting Michael. But because Michael is the biggest pop star who's ever lived, like bar none, it's really if he's proving really difficult. And the craziest part about it is that the people who he's friends with, or at least the people who claim to be friends with him, and he actually interviews Joe Jackson in it too, who's his dad,
Mhm.
are like some of the strangest humans, like the most unhinged people I've ever seen. Like they're extremely weird and obviously all just leeching off of Michael. And it really does kind of give you a glimpse into like, damn, this dude's life was just fucking weird,
Shitty.
man. Like shitty. Like everybody who was surrounded, he did not have, I think, a single real friend. He just had people that were trying to flash the I'm friends with Michael
Yeah.
Jackson card. It's
Dude, Joe
crazy.
Jackson gives proof. You know, a lot of the Pokemon games, your rival, except in the newer, they've been doing this shit where your rivals are not evil anymore. They're just another pussy 10-year-old kid, and I hate it. But in the
No, they
older
should be
games,
evil.
back when it was good, the whole thing was that your rival was wrong because, like, if their Pokemon lost, they'd be like, "Stupid Crobat, you're a
Yeah.
fucking dumb shit. Like, you're
Yeah.
not strong enough." But
Yeah.
that's proof that Pokemon is wrong because the Joe Jackson method of beating your Pokemon son over the head with a bat,
Yes.
it did make him
It worked.
stronger. It did
It
work.
worked. It
Yeah.
worked. Yeah. But Joe Jackson was fucking evil, man. I mean,
Yeah,
it
for
did
sure.
work. There was also just, I mean, it does. I think Michael Jackson was also just a natural born talent, like on some level. Like, I mean, he was already doing it crazy when he was fucking 5 years old. You know, he was already like voice of an angel, like insane chops,
Yeah.
insane performer. So it's like some of it was just natural born. And I mean, the dude Joe Jackson was pumping out kids. There's like fucking 11 kids in the Jackson family. Michael was, at least at the time that the Jackson 5 blew up, Michael was still the youngest, I think. So like he had to he Joe Jackson was swinging and missing for fucking almost a full generation of children, and then he got to Michael, and he was like, "Oh, this kid's got it. This kid's got
The
the
Nick Cannon method, where you're saying, if I have 50 kids, one of them won't suck. You know
yeah,
what I mean?
exactly.
Yeah.
One of them will carry my legacy." And
One
dude,
of them will
fucking
invent the moonwalk.
dude,
Yeah.
say another thing happened that Aaron Carter was also the younger sibling of Nick Carter, who was in the Backstreet Boys.
Yeah,
Backstreet Boy
I,
or
I didn't
NSYNC.
realize that till Twitter. He made like a Twitter post about him dying.
Yeah, and there's some weird lore there too. I was just reading about when I was reading about Aaron Carter after his death. It's like they were not on speaking terms. Like Aaron Carter had was claiming all kinds of crazy shit that I think
Yeah.
like Nick Carter's wife was trying to poison him, and he said he was gonna like shoot their family, and he got like a restraining order on him. Like the dude was completely off the deep end.
Yeah, Aaron Carter was unhinged, bro. I remember because a lot of people were like, "No, he's not unhinged. He's speaking the truth." But I remember I realized he was a psycho because he was posting other people's artwork and saying he made it, or he was like using it for his own brand, and people were like, "Dude, I made this. You can't take it." And he was like, I'm giving you clout. You know, it's mine now. And it was like, oh, he's one of these fucking
Dude,
stupid baboon people.
I just fucking worry a lot about any time that I see people now. It's like we now are so aware of the fact that child stars are unanimously fucked. Like child stars are always end up coming out years later and saying how shit their lives were and like how deranged the industry is and all this shit. With like maybe the exception on oddly enough of like at least nobody's come forward, but like the Harry Potter cast, it feels like, or have kind of made out okay for some reason. But like, and they were pretty young, but everywhere else, like in like, dude, Lindsay Lohan, Aaron Carter, fucking uh Britney Spears, even she was pretty young when she got like put on.
Even
Like
Macaulay Culkin's a bit of an oddball.
Macaulay Culkin had like a
Yeah.
heroin addiction. Obviously, Michael Jackson's up there, and that's why like now I see this is so random, but it literally this thought did pop into my head today. You know that little kid who's the corn kid that's like been trending for a long
Yes.
time. That's
Yeah.
like I
Yeah.
love corn or something like that. Sweet kid, super. I've seen the original video. Cute kid,
Don't tell
and
me he's
now
addicted to corn.
dude, he's definitely addicted to corn, but he has all these crazy brand deals now that I see. Like, I think he had a deal with Chipotle that I
Yes, I remember the
saw.
Chipotle deal because people were mad they didn't pay him enough.
Oh, okay. And then just saw something else, and now he's with the Jolly Green Giant. He has some other shit with them now. And I'm just like, I'm really not trying to sound like a cynical like cunt, but it's just like we are going to see in 25 years like a news story or documentary about this kid talking about how fucked his time was like in the it like
The
his
corn
like rapid
industry.
rise to
Yeah.
celebrity as a corn ambassador. Like I see this shit. When I see a child star that just got put on, I'm like, oh, this is bad. This kid is not equipped. Their parents are most likely just whoring them
Wanting
out for
money.
the
Yeah.
dollar. Yeah, and
We're
it's
gonna
like
find out he was like force injected high fructose
corn,
corn syrup
no, for sure.
straight into his veins. Yeah.
To just love corn even more. Yeah, I'm telling you. Somebody needs to, if anybody out there knows that kid, you need to check on that family. You need to pull that kid out of there because he is like the
Keep an eye. Let
money
him get his bag, but
the money's not going to be worth it if he's going through some crazy Hollywood dark shit
yeah.
right now, which
There also needs to be a law. It's so stupid. I swear they had to make some updated law for this, but how like if you're under 18, the money is literally your parents.
yeah, that was
It's
the
like
fucking
why can't that should literally legally go into a fund that no one can touch but you.
absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah.
The what you talking about Willis kid? What's that guy's name?
Yes,
Dude, he was up until I think he
the
passed
little
away
guy.
several years ago. Yeah,
Yeah.
but like I think literally up until his death, he was in an embittered legal battle
Coleman,
with his
Ronnie, not
parents,
Ronnie
Gary Coleman.
Coleman, Gary Coleman. Dude,
Coleman.
there's rumors. I swear I read it, and it's possible his like wife killed him. Because like when the
What the
police came,
fuck?
he had his like head smashed in, and his
What?
wife was like, and she didn't call for like 2 or 3 hours, and was like, "Oh, he tripped." Or something very weird. Read the Wikipedia article and get back to me because this
What
could be
in
one of those
God's
things that I
name?
have only 5% correct.
Okay, I am curious
Um,
to read that. But there you go. Another child star fucked by the industry, leading an insane life.
yeah.
Anyway, we got less than a minute
We
left.
got a minute left. We got a minute left, but cold cuts forever, baby.
Cold
Cold
Cuts
cuts forever.
Forever.
We
Oh,
have
another
we have a
shout out to
cool
our execs.
animator. Oh yeah, shout out to the execs Gzan and Trash Bins. We have a really cool animator who works on SpongeBob currently on next Monday's episode.
Yes.
And I think we might have a guest for this Friday Patreon episode, but we're still working it out potentially.
Yes. That'd be
Yeah.
great. Yeah, that'd be really cool. We haven't had any guests on our Patreon episodes because I like everybody being able to see those. You know what I mean? I don't want to feel our guests to feel like they
We did have Barack Obama on one of our
on our
Patreon
Patreon.
episodes,
Yeah,
so
so
sign up,
sign up.
patreon.com/cold cuts.
If you want to see the Obama episode, it's up there. But yeah,
And
you gotta
Michael
sign
was
up.
with him.
Yeah, Michael was alive.
Michael Obama. No, not Jackson. Michael
Oh,
Obama. Yeah.
oh, Michael Obama. Anyway, you want to close out on a joke?